Once upon a time, in ancient Israel, lived a man named Jonah. He was a prophet, chosen by God to deliver important messages. One day, God called out to Jonah with a mission, to go to the great city of Nineveh and warn its people that their wickedness had reached such a point that they faced destruction. Jonah, however, was afraid. Nineveh was known for its brutality, and he didn't want to go there. Instead of obeying God, he decided to flee in the opposite direction. He boarded a ship bound for Tarshish, hoping to escape his divine task. As the ship sailed, a fierce storm arose, threatening to break the vessel apart. The sailors were terrified, crying out to their gods for help. Meanwhile, Jonah lay below deck, fast asleep, unaware of the chaos above. The captain found him and shook him awake, urging him to pray to his God. Realizing that the storm was a consequence of his disobedience, Jonah confessed to the sailors that he was fleeing from God. To calm the storm, he suggested they throw him overboard. Reluctantly, the sailors complied, and as soon as Jonah hit the water, the storm ceased. Swallowed by a great fish, Jonah spent 3 days and 3 nights in its belly. In this dark place, he prayed fervently, repenting for his disobedience. He recognized that God's mercy extended even to him. After 3 days, God commanded the fish to spit Jonah out onto dry land. Revitalized and humbled, Jonah finally obeyed God's command. He traveled to Nineveh and delivered the message, 40 days more, and Nineveh shall be overthrown. To his surprise, the people of Nineveh, from the king to the common folk, believed his warning. They repented in sackcloth and ashes, turning away from their evil ways. Seeing their change of heart, God had compassion and spared the city from destruction. But Jonah was not pleased. He sat outside the city, angry and disappointed that God had shown mercy to those he deemed undeserving. To teach Jonah a lesson, God caused a plant to grow, providing Jonah with shade from the sun. Jonah was grateful for the plant, but the next day, God sent a worm to wither it. Jonah was furious about the loss of the plant, and God spoke to him, saying, "You cared about the plant, which you did not nurture, yet you are angry for the fate of a city with over 100,000 people who don't know their right hand from their left. Should I not care for them?" Jonah realized the depth of God's compassion. Though he struggled with his own prejudices, he learned that mercy is meant for all. The story of Jonah is a powerful reminder of the importance of obedience, the reach of God's love, and the transformative power of repentance.